Spoilers for Se7en. If you have not seen Se7en yet, go see it right now. It's on Netflix. Se7en is a murder mystery movie with two characters named William Summers and Davis Mills. Morgan Freeman plays him. Brad Pitt plays him. As a viewer, it's very interesting to see the character dynamic between these two characters. William Summers is very, very old and wise, and he's actually on retirement, or about to go to retirement in this movie. While Brad Pitt's character, David Mills, this is his first big assignment, and this is his first time being in the city and being assigned with William Summers. He's brash, he's a bit of a hothead, and kind of goes off his emotions, but he still wants to do the right thing. And to see these two interact and to see their differences and what makes them them is very fun to watch. It adds a lot of layers to the movie and it's very enjoyable. It doesn't make it boring or doesn't make it repetitive. It adds a layer of uniqueness to the story. It's cool to see, William respond sometimes with experience and calmness because he's been here before. While Brad Pitt's character, he's a bit brash, and it makes sense how he explains or how he reacts to certain situations. While you're watching this movie, it's very engaging to watch the mystery behind it. To see the killer have an inspiration of the 7 deadly sins is very interesting, and it's a great concept to play about. The actual people who died in this movie aren't really that big of a deal. The whole point is to see how John Doe, the murderer, why he did the things and how he's doing it. And to see the concept of the 7 deadly sins, again, is very interesting. There are just some straight up horror scenes in this movie. I know it's a murder mystery movie, so hear me out. When you're walking in and seeing crime scenes, the shots and how they set it up is very, very eerie and terrifying. There's one specific scene which I'm not going to show because I have a wide range of audiences, but if you go watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. That scene is just very, very it just gets to your core, man. It makes you really unsettled, and it's something that you would see out of a horror movie. So I like that about this movie. I like that it kind of takes that approach, and it again adds a uniqueness to this movie. And with the murder mystery and the characters and the culture, everything about that sets up for the climax.
What's in the fucking box?
Is it surprising that David killed John? Not really. Hear me out. Throughout the movie, David has shown to be a bit of a hothead, kind of emotional, want to do the right thing, but comes off a certain way. So to have him kill John, it makes sense. If anybody was going to do it, it was going to be him. He didn't show any growth or any sense of improvement on the situations that he had going in his life, or not situations, but just that emotional hot-headedness in his mind. He didn't show that improvement, so it makes sense why he'd be the one to do it. And the reasoning behind it is just as messed up. This climax and the death of his wife wouldn't hit us so much if we actually didn't get to see these two interact. We actually got to see Tracy interact with not only with David, but with our other main character, William. And it makes us really connected to Tracy. So once she dies in the hands of the killer, you can kind of see where David is coming from. Who wouldn't? You should be upset if that happens to you, right? So that's something that the movie does very well. It builds up these characters, and it builds up the wife specifically, so when the climax does happen, us as an audience can be very connected to what is going on and not disconnect. She wasn't just some, idea or model. She wasn't even mentioned. We actually got to sit down and to see who she was, and I enjoyed that. And again, this connects with the city, with the culture, with how things are done around the city. It's very dark and gritty, and even when you have good people like David that wants to do the right thing, it's hard to do it when the time comes because of how you grow up in that city. So yeah, this movie is great. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.